Liz, because of what's going on, I'm gonna have to be blunt here. I'm not sticking around with an old grandma anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'd rather be with a young woman any day, as opposed to with you. I had been trying my best to stick around with you for a while now. But as I knew what would happen, I've reached my limit. So can we get a divorce?
What are you saying, Randy? Huh? Are you being serious right now?
I mean, Liz, you're already 39 years old, right? You and I are 9 whole years apart in age. Back when I had married you was a time in which I was excited to be with an older woman, and so were a lot of other men. But now I wonder why the hell I ever got married to you in the first place. Even your skin feels a lot worse than that of a young gal's. And so with that, let's get divorced.
Have you hit your head on something? You know all that I've done for you up until now, right? And do you know why I'm in the hospital right now?
I know why.
I'm here to give birth to our baby. Yet during this very important and stressful time of our life, you're going on about wanting a divorce?
A 39-year-old giving birth to a baby is really the most disappointing thing I've ever heard of.
What?
And that's why I'm asking for a divorce. I'm telling you right now that I have another woman that I love. And she's a young gal whose skin is as soft as cotton candy. So that little brat that you're gonna give birth to isn't gonna get any love from me.
Wait, Randy, can you not see how much of a jerk you're being right now? I've known for a bit now that you've been acting suspicious and probably had another lady, but I didn't think you'd drag all of that this far and into a relationship. What the hell are you talking about? I'm having a really hard time understanding what's going on with you. Is this all supposed to be a joke? Your timing is the worst for it. Why don't you go find somewhere to calm down a bit and rethink what you've just said to me?
Why don't I? Because while you've been in the hospital getting ready to give birth, I've moved out of the house.
Huh?
The apartment has been your place for the longest time now, even before I came, so it has nothing to do with me anymore. I moved all my things and myself out of there, and left the divorce papers on the counter for you. Go ahead and fill the rest in for me and hand them in.
Are you kidding me? I just had your daughter, Randy. What the actual hell are you going on about? Calm down right now, please.
I'm calm right now, Liz. No matter how you try and get me to stay with you guys, I'm never gonna love that little brat of yours. That thing is none of my business. And I can't even believe that you thought about having a baby at your age in the first place.
You're being a monster right now. She's your daughter as well, right? And after all the effort I have put into carrying and birthing her, you're going to say awful things like that? I'm not going to forgive you for this.
I couldn't care less if you forgave me or not. I'm never going to be seeing you ever again after this, so have fun being upset with me.
You don't even plan to ever come to see your baby's girl's face? This has all got to be some sort of joke.
I told you plenty of times now that it's not a joke. This is all very real and not a dream. I don't have the confidence to love a baby that was birthed by some old grandma at the age of 39. I don't even want to know what the poor soul looks like after coming out of you, so hurry up and leave me when you get home.
Well, then I'm never letting you see the two of us ever again.
Thank God. Now I'm on my way to being a free man again. I'm gonna have a lot more fun in my second life. I was never going to stay with you once you turned 40. And having to raise that kid beside you would have been hell. Thank God you're okay with going away. Goodbye now, Grandma.
But can you promise one thing to me before you go?
What?
I'll agree with getting the divorce, but in return for that, you're never to come back to me or my daughter if you ever need any help.
I don't plan to ever see you guys again. There's no reason for me to in the first place, so I promise to never come around you two again. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Well, if you're going to promise me that, then we can get a divorce. And of course I'm going to be getting full custody of my daughter.
You can have it. I don't even want to think of that brat as being mine.
Alright then. You may be one of the worst men on the planet, but thank you for giving me my beautiful daughter. Now please never show your face around us again.
I never will. But that also means you and that brat can never come looking for me either. Bye-bye, Grandma.
Goodbye forever, you pile of trash.
It's been a while, Liz. I'm going to the wedding right now.
Excuse me? But who is this?
You know who I am. I'm the father of today's wedding bride. I've been looking forward to this wedding for a long, long time. And so today, I'm going to meet with her.
Hold on for a moment. What are you talking about? Do you still think that you're her father? Even after a whole 20 years have gone by and you've said nothing to either one of us, what are you trying to do by texting me all of a sudden?
I wanted to tell you that I'm going to that wedding. This is going to be a very emotional day for all of us when I finally get to see the daughter of mine that was taken from me.
Huh? I'm not quite sure how you even figured out where her wedding would be today, or that she was even getting married in the first place. But stop trying to be obnoxious by sending me all these texts.
Well, I'm the father of the bride, so I'm allowed to be at that wedding.
This is getting out of hand. Can you please open your eyes for a sec? Do not come over here. Did you forget about the promise you made to me 20 years ago that allowed me to divorce you? Hey, are you listening to me right now?
Why did that happen? Why was everyone being so crazy with me when I got in there? Is everyone at that wedding a freak? Tossing me out of my own daughter's wedding? I'm their friggin' father.
Is it time that you'll be willing to open your dang eyes finally? The way you came in looking like trash and causing all that embarrassment for my daughter. And another thing, you need to stop calling my daughter yours.
Why do I have to stop? She's my daughter too.
After not even being in the hospital room with me while I gave birth, you threw us out. And then you chased after a young woman and left us for a very long time. And after 20 years, you're all of a sudden back here trying to get into my daughter's wedding? I can't think of another reason as to why you're doing this besides that you really messed up with your head while you've been gone.
You can call me messed up all you want, but what else was I supposed to do today? That young gal lied to me. It got me stuck with her and all of the debt she had. And so me being messed up right now is not my dang fault. I was lied to and played for a fool. I didn't plan on turning into a bum after I left you.
I don't care what happened with you and that girl because I don't care about you. You're a stranger to us all, and you said you'd never come back to us, right? You promised that. She has no clue who you are, and she even said that to your face today.
And that was screwed up big time. That is not something she should ever say to her parents. Have you not been raising her properly this whole time? Are you sure this is all because you're too old and can't handle kids?
What? What the hell are you trying to do right now after saying things like that about my daughter and I? You're blaming my way of raising her because she was so worried by some random men coming into her wedding and having him thrown out? I don't want to hear that crap out of your mouth ever again after you left us when she was only just born. If you want to know who's really at fault for today, I'd say your parents are because they obviously didn't raise you right. Well, at this point, I'm sure you already know, and so do your parents.
I want to know who that man is. And the father of the... What's that all about?
Huh? That's the man I got married to. Are you acting as though I needed to tell you anything about him, though? Do you still not see that you have no right being around us right now?
Why was that man that you married sitting in the seat that was labeled for the bride's father? That's my frickin' seat. If you start pissing me off any more than I already am, things are gonna get scary for you. Go tell those two idiot security guards that I'm okay and let me come sit there.
Why are you getting upset with me for no reason? Do you think that making threats like that will get me worked up?
What?
I'm really worried about what's gotten into you that's made you so screwed in the head. You're the one that threw us away years ago, right? And after 20 years of realizing how badly you messed up, you came on my daughter's biggest day looking like garbage to do what? Why the hell are you here, Andy? And why do you think you have any right to be here? Do you need something from us? Tell me right now.
You're the real piece of garbage for getting married again without telling me. I came back here to get my family back together.
Get your family back together? Huh. Huh? Do you think that my daughter and I are your family or something, Randy? We have a new family now, and you're not part of it. All you are is some stranger that we're starting to think might need to visit a psych ward. I don't want to hear anything about how upset you are that I got married again when you were the one that got divorced to me to run off with a young woman. I think you better zip that mouth of yours and keep it zipped.
Give me that seat back. She's my daughter.
Come on, Randy. It was nice of you to make me laugh a little, but your joke is getting old now. You have never even met my daughter before, so why do you keep thinking that she's your daughter after it's been 20 years? I think the only reason you've come out here for her is because you're broke. And so, this is all out of desperation now. That kind of thinking is only something a complete lunatic would have.
You don't have to take it that far. I am a bit worried about money right now, but I didn't come today for that reason.
Then, what's your reason for being here? Tell me right now.
I had heard that she was going to get married, and so I asked a friend about it that knows her, and she told me that the wedding would be taking place close by, so I thought it would be okay for me to come and see it. I was hoping for a very dramatic reunion after 20 years of never seeing any of you. I wanted us to all be crying out of happiness for being able to see one another again. But now that things have become so hectic, I have no idea what I'm doing here anymore. I had believed that we could all talk about each other's lives again.
Wait, why did you think that we'd all be open arms to you? There's no reason for us to be, right? There was no way this was going to turn into some sort of dramatic reunion. Have you even noticed the contradiction there is in your plan?
What?
You have never even met my daughter before.
And why does that mean anything? How would that contradict anything in my plans for today? I'm her father, and so she should be all happy and crying to see me.
You act like this would be a reunion with her, but this was her first time ever seeing you. Asking to have a dramatic reunion when you need to introduce yourself to her first? How come you thought this would actually play out so well for you?
Now that you say it back to me, I'm sure it would have been odd. But that's not all. She's my daughter, right?
I'm too tired to talk with you anymore about this. Did you think that being related to her by blood made you her father? I'm sorry, Randy, but my husband has been with my daughter since she was 3 years old and has helped me raise her since then. And so she calls my husband the father, and there's no changing that now. To her, it does not matter whether she's related to her by blood or not.
There's no way. That's a frickin' lie.
You don't have to be able to believe it, but we all think that we're a family, and you can't do a thing about that. So, you can say what you want about us, but don't think it's going to bother us. We have nothing to do with you after all.
Even if she does see him as her father, she should still be a little curious about her real father, right? That's the whole reason I came here today to see her. Does me being here on her wedding day not make her really happy?
I think she does want to know more about her real father. It's normal for anyone to want to get to know their real parents if they never grew up knowing them. But I think after today, she no longer wants to get to know you.
Huh? Why?
You're asking me? Ha! Are you really that dense? You came into her wedding in some raggedy clothes and covered in what looks like soot. And you made a complete fool of yourself, embarrassing her on her wedding day. That right there might have just scarred her a little.
Scarred her? Why would that scar her any?
She's told me that she never wants you coming around her again now. Of course, she doesn't want you here anymore. And even after the wedding, she doesn't want you showing up. If you do come around her, or the rest of us again, we're calling the police and having you arrested. My husband knows a lot of the police officers in town, so he can make things happen quickly. So having you eradicated is all too easy for us.
Why would you do something like that to me? I only came here to see my daughter's wedding.
You just want the money that her husband has, right? And that's why we had you kicked out of there.
I don't know anything about her husband's money. Why would I know anything about that?
I can see that things are still not lining up in your reasoning. Well, it doesn't matter if you came here for his money or not, because he really has nothing to do with you. You're just the average bum to him is all. You ended up ruining your own life chasing after young girls. And that's why you came to this wedding today, hoping for some kind of money or something. Disgusting. You have nothing you can do to us now, so get lost.
I never thought you'd say such things to me. Does my daughter think the same thing of me?
You don't even know my daughter's name. So what do you think? I think after what you've seen today, you should finally understand, right? She doesn't want you around her anymore. You're just a ghost to her that hasn't been alive for the past 20 years. So you can stop trying to get involved with our lives. Now, goodbye.
Wait, please! Her husband has a lot of money then. Can you ask him just to give me a small amount? I just need enough to help myself get back on my own 2 feet again.
No, this was about money. Huh. You deserve to have no money, Randy, so I wouldn't want you getting spoiled by anyone. It was you, after all, that made your life the way it is now, right? So stop whining about not having money when you asked for it in the first place. Haha.
After that, Randy wasn't only thrown out of the wedding and never let back into it, but after throwing a huge fit in front of the wedding hall, the police came and gave him a citation for public disturbance. And after that, Liz and her family told the police that he'd been causing trouble for them all day, and now he's not allowed anywhere near them or else the police will arrest him as Liz, her husband, and her daughter all put a restraining order on him. Once that had all played out, Randy was still left with a large amount of debt, and slowly began to fall victim to it. I think he's finally starting to regret everything he did in the end to Liz and her daughter. But to be honest, him regretting things now is way too late, and he should have been regretting what he's done a whole lot sooner when he may still have a chance with Liz.
Hey, I cleaned your room because Chloe is coming home to give birth.
Hi, Mom. What? When? Why didn't you tell me that?
She didn't text you?
Of course not. You know how we are, right? We literally hate each other. When is she coming, by the way?
Well, now you know. She's coming in like a week or so. Why don't you talk to each other and make up? This could be a great opportunity, you know?
Absolutely not. What benefits do I have if we get along? Nothing.
Maybe she's changed because she's going to be a mother.
I doubt that.
Just to let you know, she's going to stay in your room, okay? I moved your stuff into the smaller room.
Don't touch my stuff without asking me. Why my room? You know it's my favorite room in the house, right?
Your room is close to our room and bathroom, plus has good ventilation. You're going to help me take care of her, right? You're going to be next door.
Oh, so she's going to get the princess treatment? I won't be able to sleep. I bet she'll make me do something all night.
Come on. You're her big sister and a new family member is going to be joining.
So it's annoying how you always favor her over me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I think it's going to be a waste talking about it because I have too much to say about that. Anyways, I'm going to head home in a little bit, so do not, I repeat, do not touch any of my stuff. And fine, I'll give up my room because you probably won't listen to me even if I say no. I'll finish cleaning my room when I get home.
Maria, I heard from Mom that you don't want me to come home.
Yeah, because I literally hate you and I'm pissed that you're taking my room. Plus, aren't you still 4 months pregnant? People usually go home during their 3rd trimester, you know.
So what? I can go home if I want to. So excited to get the big room because I'm a princess unlike you who works in a factory. So embarrassing to be related to you.
What's wrong with it? At least I have a full-time job. You only work part-time, so shut your mouth.
Yeah, a job that's a lot cleaner than yours.
But we use our brain and skills.
Who cares about that? Looks matter more than skills.
Are we seriously going to argue about this?
I can argue all day if you want to.
Oh my gosh. I might go bald because of stress. Just tell me when you're going to leave. Then I can think about how to deal with the stress while you're here.
Leave? I'm going to be living there. If you have a problem with that, why don't you leave the house? You're 35. You should be married and have kids. Aren't you embarrassed?
Not at all. There are celebrities who are single and age should not matter.
If I were you, I would start looking for someone.
I'm not you, though.
I'm embarrassed and I don't want to live with you, so I'm going to kick you out when I get there.
Why?
I don't want people to see that we're related and you work at a factory, right? You're probably full of germs, so I don't want you to come near me or my child after I give birth.
Germs? I'm pretty sure there are a lot more germs in this house.
Yeah, whatever. I will sanitize you like hell when I get there. Oh, wait, I don't need to do that because I'm kicking you out. Maybe you should start looking for a new place. I'll live happily here with Mom and Dad for you.
Wow, I thought you changed because you're going to be a mum, but I guess not.
Sorry, but this is me. I can't wait to move in starting next week. Hey, I don't know where you are, but I threw out all your stuff in your room besides your suitcase and the boxes because it was mostly trash and cheap-ass clothes.
What? Without my permission? I told you a million times to not touch my stuff.
You didn't reply, so I thought it was okay. I helped Mom even though I'm pregnant, so please thank me.
I'm at work right now, plus I didn't reply for only 30 minutes. Couldn't you wait?
I usually don't wait because it's a waste of time.
What a bitch! Also, why would I thank you? Do you think that there's an idiot who thanks someone if their stuff gets thrown away without their permission?
I'm pretty sure you should be thanking me because now you don't need to waste your time packing your stuff. What I regret is not tying the garbage bag tightly. I hope the garbage man doesn't catch anything. I also sanitized the hell out of your room.
If he does get something, maybe it's from you, because I heard from Mom that you wear the same clothes at least 2 to 3 times per week and do laundry every 10 days.
I'm not dirty and I don't sweat like a pig like you, so it's fine.
Even though you're clean and don't sweat, a lot of germs get on your clothes, so why don't you sanitize yourself also? Don't over-disinfect, though. It's toxic and can put your health at risk. I know this because I sanitize the tools at the factory every day and people warned me about it.
Yeah, whatever. The air will be a lot cleaner and my kid will not end up getting a weird virus.
I warned you, but it seems like you don't care at all.
Yeah, exactly. I don't give a shit. Can you come home and get the hell out of here?
I actually moved out already. I overheard the conversation between you and Mom already, yesterday. That if I don't move my stuff out, the next day you guys will throw it away. I didn't want that to happen. The moving company is going to be there in about 20 minutes to take care of all of my things, so don't worry, I left my house key in the mailbox.
Thank you so much for moving out. Oh, and you heard it? Damn. I wish you didn't because I bought popcorn yesterday and wanted to eat it while seeing your shocked face.
Well, too bad you couldn't see it. Can I say one thing before I move out? You shouldn't talk shit about people's jobs because some people take pride in their jobs like I do. And also you might lose friends because of that.
So what? People like that aren't my real friend anyway.
You must have a really sad life. I feel so bad for you.
Don't, because I have my husband and Mom and Dad. So, now that you're a stranger, can you leave us alone?
Sure. I'm actually happy to leave because I don't want to be part of this family.
You don't need to act up. I know you're crying right now.
I'm actually pissed because Mom and Dad also want to kick me out even though I did a lot for them.
That just means that they love me more than you. Sorry, but you could never win against me.
You guys will probably face problems, so good luck with that.
What kind of problems?
You'll see. I'm not going to help you guys because I'm a stranger now, right? I'll cut ties with all of you and start a new life.
Please, go ahead. Don't try to call us if you need help either, okay?
There are only good people around me, so I should be okay.
Where are you? Why aren't you picking up? Mom is calling you also. Are you going to ignore your family?
What family? Didn't you say that I'm a stranger now and have no problem cutting ties? Should I send you that screenshot?
I take that back.
What the hell do you want?
What's happening? The real estate agency just came and said that we're going to get evicted from the house. Mom and Dad are panicking too.
I sold the house, that's why. You guys need to leave within 7 to 10 days, I think. Why are they panicking? They should know that I'm the owner of the house.
Wait, What? I'm so confused right now.
Did I say something confusing? I'm the owner of the house, so I have the right to do whatever I want. So I put the house up for sale as soon as I left. Because why would I continue to live there if I'm not allowed in? If you want to still live there, please pay for it. It's a pretty good amount, though.
I don't believe you. I know you're lying.
Why would I lie about this? If you don't believe me, why don't you ask them?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do from now. Mom and Dad are in debt?
A few minutes later. Yes! They spent all of their money on stocks but failed, so you'll be paying for everything if you want to live there because they can't pay even a penny.
Why me? So, you were paying for everything?
Yep. I moved in the house 4 years ago to support them because they had no money and couldn't do anything on their own. So now that I'm gone, it's your responsibility now.
Why didn't they tell me about this?
They probably pretended to be good parents in front of you so that you wouldn't hate them so much because they love you more than me. I mean, I was going to tell you, but you probably won't listen to me, so I didn't.
Oh my god. What should I do?
Why don't you think about that by yourself? Don't you dare ask me for help.
You don't need to be so mean.
Mean? You were mean to me this whole time. Sorry, but can I go now? I'm talking to my fiance right now about living together.
What? Fiance? Seriously? Why didn't you tell me?
Why do I need to tell you?
He's probably trash, so dump him and come back.
You're just saying that because you can't pay for the house, right?
To be honest, yes. Because I'm only a part-time worker, so please don't sell this house and come back.
Sorry, but it's too late now, so deal with it by yourself, okay? I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you what I actually do at my job.
Don't you just make things and scrub tools?
Nope. I'm a factory engineer, and I make way more money than you can imagine. This is why I was able to live and pay for that house. Can you make fun of me now?
Look, I'm sorry. I'll apologize, okay? We have nowhere to go.
I know that because your husband, ex-husband now, called me and told me some interesting facts about all of you. So you cheated on him with his best friend and got divorced and kicked out of the house, but since you had no money, you decided to come here, right? Also, the reason Mom and Dad didn't need me anymore was because they were relying on your husband's salary, right? I feel so bad for him.
Hey, I only cheated once and it's because I was sad, so it's his fault. What are you talking about me having no money? I earn money too.
He said you used almost all of it to buy expensive makeup and clothes instead of paying for other payments. He also told me that Mom and Dad asked if it's okay to borrow money to buy stocks yesterday. Wow, I have no words to say right now.
Wait, do Mom and Dad know that I got divorced?
Probably. Even if they don't, they're gonna find out about it. Anyways, you guys need to leave the house soon. You should start looking for places. Good luck with that.
What the hell? We got kicked out of the house.
I told you. Did you find a new place to live?
Yes. It's a crummy little apartment with only 2 rooms.
Good to hear. Hey, at least it has 2 rooms. Stop complaining.
Maria, we're sisters, right? Aren't sisters supposed to help each other?
Why do I need to help you? You treated me like trash and even kicked me out of my own house and called me a stranger.
Something was up with me at the time. We're in trouble now, so can you help us? Can you buy us a nice apartment? You have money, right?
Absolutely not. Didn't I say that I'm no longer a part of the family and I'm not going to help you?
I don't want to live here!
At least your child is safe from the germs I have, right? I have a feeling that the apartment has some new kind of germs, though. Ew. I don't even want to think about it. But you can live happily with Mom and Dad, like you said, though. Good for you. I started to live in a new apartment with my fiancé since I had money from selling the house and savings. I thought that Chloe's child was innocent and didn't deserve a crappy life, so I sent her some money for support. Mom and Dad ran away somewhere and I lost contact with them, so I decided to forget about them because I really didn't care. Maybe they're somewhere praying for Chloe's birth. Who knows?
Having a 42-year-old unmarried shut-in living with us is so frickin' dumb. At first, I thought you were coming here in order to take care of us, but all you've been doing is sitting in that room of yours. I can't believe you even have to live here at your family's house when you're still 42. Are you not embarrassed? First of all, I'm 41 right now. Who cares what difference 1 year makes when you're that age? An old hag like you needs to get lost. Say that all you want, Danny, but this is my family's house. You guys were the one who got married out of nowhere, and before you guys were even a thing, I had things going on in my life. What? Annoying. You are always such a gloomy person, and it shows by the way you text me here. Let me just tell you something right now, Jill, since I have your eyes right now. Normally, people are leaving their parents' house when they're in their 20s and don't stick around as long as you have. Most people end up going to college as well, so they're out of their parents' place and in a dorm before they're even 20. Yet when it comes to you, Jill, how old are you really? I told you I'm 41 years old right now. That's absolutely right. In other words, you've been preparing to leave your parents' house for the past 20 years now, right? However, I'm not so sure you actually have been, since you're still acting like this house is all yours. I think you should start worrying about how you look to everyone else around you, Jill, because you're looking very parasite-like. Hold on one moment. I'm starting to believe there is some kind of a misconception here. Right now, I'm not leeching off my parents' house, and I'm actually here supporting everyone. Which means that there is no way I can just get up and leave this house like you've asked me to. That was quite a good lie you had there. Could that point to something else about you? Maybe the inside of your head is less brains and more hot air. You really think you're helping your family out right now? Do you think I have no idea what's been going on in your family this whole time? But I'm telling the truth. And it's not that I don't think you have any clue. Rather, I want to know what you do know about my family. What I know is that you, Jill, have been living in your parents' house this whole time as a parasite and a single old hag. But that's only natural, right? Had you gotten married like a good little girl, you would have been out of here by now and with a man. But all I've heard from your family is that you just sit in that room all day long playing video games. I'm going to be blunt with you here. Is there a reason for you to be alive anymore? Excuse me? Why am I having to hear crap like that from you, of all people, right now? Now, let me tell you something that I hope sets your mind straight. I am not some shut-in who plays video games all day. I just told you what I'm doing here. I'm supporting my family. I get that I'm in my room all day, so you have that right, but the rest of what you're saying about me is all wrong. I'm sorry about that. So you're one of those people now. What do they call you? Family security guards? I guess you've always been protecting this house from all the scary monsters in your video games. It really is special that we have a shut-in in this house who is taking care of all of us. I just told you that is not the case at all here. And who the heck says something like a family security guard? Are you really in your 20s right now? Actually, if you're going to talk to me like that all the time, I have something I'd like to ask you. Why would you get married to my little brother when you guys have such an age gap? You derailing our conversation like that isn't all too kind of you, because I have to rethink everything I was about to say. Well, it's fine, Jill. I'll give you my answer. You and I both know that I would never have been able to marry a man his age without the love we share, right? And I must say, your little brother, he's a wonderful daddy for me. I already know that with my looks, I could get any man around my age, but getting someone closer to the age of my dad? Well, that was a tricky game for me to play. Sure, he was in love with me the moment he laid his eyes on me, but it took a while for me to consider him. But after realizing that I love him too, I fell into his arms. So if it wasn't for love, why else would we have gotten married? What about money? There's also the fact that you might be wanting to get this house from my parents someday. We all know that my brother is getting up there in age and is almost 40 now, which means there is close to a 20-year age difference between you and him. With almost a 2-decade gap, are you guys really able to talk to one another often? When it comes to what we talk about, all I have to do is talk about the things he likes. Now, would you please stop making fun of my ability to communicate with an older man? In other words, you guys aren't naturally talking to one another. But that makes total sense since you were raised in different times pretty much. Is that really the kind of marriage you want to have for the rest of your life, Danny? Wait, what was that? Are you trying to suggest that your younger brother and I get a divorce now or something? I'm sorry to say this, but I am not going to let go of my husband. Between him and I, there is a very deep love that we share. Wait, I don't really care about the relationships of other people normally. This time, I was just wondering how things were going between you two, and it kind of helps me with my job a little. Knowing how couples talk to one another and such. I also wanted to know what you thought it was like being married to an older man and how you feel you've been viewed by those around you. This was a good chance for me to ask about that, so thank you for answering me. Jesus, you really are taking your job as the family security guard very seriously there, Jill. You're wanting to talk about relationships within the household and about how I feel about your brother to make sure he's safe. But let me tell you something. Protecting and caring for your brother is my job now. You should be more than aware of that now, right? I can't believe you. I feel like you've really taken that self-proclaimed job of yours a little too seriously. Listen here, I understand that I'm in my room a lot of the time, but don't start calling me the family security guard. Are you sure you're not confusing me for some kind of a nerd? I am not in here playing video games all day or watching movies. I am in here taking my job very seriously and making sure that I get all of my work done each and every day. Aha, that's totally right. I'm so sorry for thinking anything besides that. But you can cut it out now with all of that. All I care about right now is when you will be getting out of this house. Are you trying to hint at you moving into this house with us? I don't want to live there with you. How about you read what I'm typing instead of going off topic again? The only reason I'm asking all of this is because I want you to leave that house as soon as possible. I'll have you leave that house within the next month or two, and then I'll be moving into there with your brother. What do you think you're saying, Danny? Tell me, what has my brother said to that idea? Well, if you'd like to know, Reed has agreed with me and wants the same thing. By the way, that guy would never be able to say no to any of my ideas. I mean, that guy knows just as well as the rest of you that he's not cut out for me, so it wouldn't be crazy if one day I grew bored of him and just left. So he's always trying to suck up to me and keep me by his side. Is it really healthy for you to have a mindset like that about your relationship? As someone who's never been in a relationship before, I don't want to hear it from you. Well, I'm sure you don't. I don't know a whole lot about things like relationships, so I still have plenty to learn. If only you were 20 years younger, Jill. Then a comment like that would actually be kind of cute. But hearing an old hag saying that right in front of me, I'm surprised I'm not vomiting yet. Yeah, all right. Anywho, if you're really wanting to come to my family's house to live here, then let's make sure to have a proper discussion about it next time. And if we're able to come to an understanding, then you can come live here with my parents and I for good. The one who should be worried about continuing to live in that house or not is you, Jill. I've already told you what I want from you, and that's your butt getting out of that house as soon as possible. There is no reason for us to have any discussions about this when everyone already thinks the same thing as me. I am giving you 1 week now to get out of that house. Wait, you can't be serious. Didn't you just say you'd like me gone within a month? Also, we have to have a conversation about something as impactful as you moving in and me moving out. If you don't start listening to what I want to say, then you're going to be the one regretting this decision. Shut the hell up, you old hag. You really think threatening me with the old "you'll regret it" stick is going to work on me? Just shut up and get out of that house already. I'm trying to tell you that something like this isn't going to work out in the end.
Come on now, Jill, look. Were you saying some really mean things to Danny just a second ago? Is there something really that wrong with you? You're 20 years older than she is almost, and yet you act far more immature than her. I bet it's because all you do is sit around in Mom and Dad's house, never doing anything with your life besides gaming. Has not leaving their house for so long shrunk your heart to microscopic size?
Huh? Reed, I haven't said a single thing to her today that was mean. What the heck was she telling you?
She told me that you don't want to leave Mom and Dad's house at all. And though when she brought up the fact that she wants to move in with them, you started telling her that she'd regret living in their house without paying any rent. To me, that sounds like you threatening her. I don't care that I'm your brother. If you're going to start hurting my little Danny, I'm not going to forgive you.
Huh? I never said anything like that to her. I wasn't even saying anything that was going to hurt her. Actually, the only person being intentionally hurt that whole time was me after all the things she said.
Is that right? Then tell me right now what she was saying to you then.
Not only was she calling me a 42-year-old hag, but she also started to call me a single shut-in. She then went on to say me living in this house at my age is crazy and that I should be embarrassed by it.
I see. I'm sorry to say this, but all of those are facts, right? And I have to agree with what she was saying to you, Jill. I think you being 41 and still living with your parents is a pretty crazy and shameful thing.
Reed, what the heck are you going on about right now? Don't tell me you forgot the reason for why I'm here right now. Both Mom and Dad got into some extreme debt and needed help with it pronto. They asked the both of us for help, but before they could even finish explaining themselves and what happened, you ran off and never came back, right? Yet after a while of being off the grid, you just decided to come back and act like you own this family.
That's all bits and pieces of the past now, Jill. Back then I was young and didn't know any better. I also happen to be the little brother, so I just assumed you'd do something to handle everything for them.
And that's what I've been doing, Reed. But you never ever seem to understand that I have things going on in my life that have led to this point, and a lot of those things have been caused by you.
Are you serious? You know it's kind of uncool to be crying about the past and acting like I should be sorry for it. I'm pretty sure you always bringing up things like that all the time is why you're still single, right?
What did you say? The reason I am 41 and still single is because I've never had any time to do anything besides take care of this family thanks to you. Back before you ran off, I had plans to finally go overseas and study at school in Denmark, and I even had my visa ready. But you just ran away from Mom and Dad, so I had no choice but to stay here and take care of them. And now I've been stuck here paying everything off for them.
All right already. I really don't care for your sob stories. They are all seriously uncool. Sorry that you had to be born the older sister and have parents stuck in debt, but that's not all my fault, right? That's just the way things are for you and for all the other older sisters in this world.
But you're the man of the family, Reed.
I might be, but I have an older sister in the family who can take care of everything for me. And all I've ever been told in life is that the oldest takes the burdens of the family while the youngest gets to do as they please.
What the actual hell? Whoever has been telling you things like that must be a spoiled brat. Honestly, you haven't changed one bit from the Reed I knew years and years ago. All you did was go out and grow a bit older before coming back to cause chaos again.
But I have myself a young and beautiful girlfriend now, right? I've come to learn that I'm a very good-looking guy, because I was able to get someone half my age and as hot as she is to sleep with me all the time.
Wait, you guys aren't even married yet? She was telling me before that you guys tied the knot and that she's your wife now.
She just likes to say that to keep all the other women away from me because I'm just that good-looking.
Well then, that means you're almost 40 yourself, yet haven't been married yet. And something must be going on there between you two, right? I mean, she's almost 20 years younger than you, so there can't just be love involved in your choice. What else is there?
Stop trying to compare me to someone as shameful as you. The reason why I've been able to land myself such a young woman is because of my looks and my hard work. Look, I've been working for almost 20 years now, right? So I have all of that money saved up in my account ready for her to spend. That house Mom and Dad are in will soon become mine, so I'm like a sugar daddy to her.
You're gravely mistaken, Reed. Because that house you bring up that you think is yours, you threw away on your way out, right?
What are you going on about now? All I did was leave the house to go and live on my own and grow. But I'm still the man of the house, which means that I'll be getting the house next from Mom and Dad, right?
Huh? I thought you just said you're the little brother and everything was up to your older sister to take care of. Stop acting like everything is in your favor here, bud. You can't just change your title whenever you feel like it. Either you're the little baby brother or the man of the house, but not both.
You could call me a man of wisdom, all right? Well, so be it. Because of me leaving that house for a while and all of you guys behind, you were able to live in that house with Mom and Dad rent-free, right? You don't have any rights to that house, so if it wasn't for my kindness, where would you be at right now?
Are you frickin' kidding me?
However, that rent-free lifestyle you've grown to enjoy is coming to an end now. So get the hell out of my house.
If you really want me out of this house, then why don't you come say that to my face? I want to see what kind of balls you've developed after leaving your family, and that will decide whether you get this house or not. Danny, what the hell do you mean you threw all of my things away? Why the hell would you do that? I thought I told you already, right? You had 1 week to get all your things together and get out of the house. Yet after a week, it didn't seem like you'd be getting out of the house, so I had to become a bit more pushy is all. I made sure to put all of your things into trash bags and throw them into an industrial dumpster. The garbage truck already came by, but if you make a break for the landfill, I'm sure you'll be able to find some of your things. You bitch, not only have you come into someone else's house in order to force them out, but you threw all of their things out as well? What the hell are you thinking? I told you already. How many more times am I going to have to say this to you? I wanted you out of this house, yet you didn't budge. Luckily, I figured out the one time each and every week that you leave the house, so I aimed for that time today to make my attack, and just like I'd come to understand, you weren't home. I see. But asking me to leave right now, that's pretty much impossible. Because you don't have anywhere else to go. Well, you'll have nowhere else to go, and sleep tonight isn't any of our problem. Your brother and I are taking over your parents' house now, so you go be homeless somewhere else. I see. So that's the way things are going to be here. Well, I fully understand now. Go ahead and start doing whatever you'd like. Oh, is that really okay with you? You settled with this a whole lot quicker than I expected you to. I knew that someone as gloomy and weak as you was never going to be able to stand up to a couple as rich as your brother and I. It's fine. I'll buy my own house. I have a place I've been thinking about staying at for a while now, so I'll go there for the time being. I am dying of laughter right now, watching you try to act all tough. You really think you're buying a house for yourself now? You don't have to believe whether I can or can't. Now, the best of luck to you and my brother after today. Wait, Jill, where are you right now? Wait, why are you with a foreigner right now, living with them? I already heard about everything from him about you. You came to my place looking for me or something? And just before I could get inside and start looking around, that man went and kicked me out of there in a rage. You explain to me right now what is going on there. I'd really like you to explain to me what's going on with you first. Why exactly did you come all the way over to my place? And how did you even find out where I've been living now? To tell you the truth, when I was throwing all of the things in your room out last month, I found a piece of paper with some memos written on it, and some of them were addresses for different houses. At first, I didn't really think anything of those memos, but then I started to think if one of those places was where you moved to, it would be good to know in case I ever needed some money. That's kind of why I came out today looking for you, and then I ran into that massive house. What the hell is all of that about? You really are the most greedy bitch of them all. Well, what you saw was exactly that. The house my man and I bought is a mansion. I have no idea how that could be. How could some old hag of a shut-in like you be able to afford such a place? I believe I've told you this before, right? I was never just some shut-in at my parents' house. I've been working a very good job and was using that money before to help support my family. I'm sure you figured that out pretty soon after I left, and that's why you came looking for me now. That's exactly right. What were your parents talking about when they said that they were in some serious debt still? And I never heard from anyone that there have been plans to have that house torn down and the land sold. Well, you never listened to me, so I didn't think there was much of a point in saying anything. I did say before, though, that I wanted to talk about everything in person first. Yet instead, you guys acted behind my back and threw away all the things in my room before kicking me out. I don't care what happens over there anymore because I already went and did my part. But I did all of that thinking you were just some nerdy shut-in loser. Yet you were actually the one paying for the house and your parents the whole time? How was I supposed to think you could be someone like that when you were the way you were? I can't believe you're getting all upset at me now. I wasn't the one who told you not to listen to any of what I'd been saying, right? That was your own self-conscious telling you that. Also, my brother should have been well aware of the fact that my parents were in some serious debt before kicking me out. And I am telling you right now that neither of us knew that. Which is wild because I told both of you about it before you threw all my things out. Well, at least with the land being sold, they won't have to worry about being in debt anymore, right? I can't believe this is all happening right now. The reason my parents were in so much debt in the first place wasn't all their fault, so I felt I needed to help them pay it off instead of running away like someone did. But I made sure that they paid off half of that debt so I could focus more on paying the bills for them and feeding us. I was actually getting kind of tired of having to put most of my money into their debts and house, so you and Reed coming in and kicking me out of there really saved me. Please don't joke around right now. If you were always paying for this place and your parents, you can come back here right now. And you can start to support Reed and I as well, just like you'd been doing for your parents, all right? You are the oldest after all. You were the ones who kicked me out, right? You can also see now that I have my darling, and we've begun living in this massive and modern mansion together. So there's absolutely no reason for me going back to that house to start handing away my money again. So you've never been just some single shut-in? You still think that I am? To tell you the truth, I've had a boyfriend for a very long time now. But due to the fact that my brother ran off and left me with my moneyless parents, I had no choice but to move in with them and care for their needs, which led to us having to wait on the whole marriage thing. That doesn't mean we weren't talking to one another, though, as we'd call all the time and talk about our future together. But Jill, you were always sitting in your room doing nothing. And remember how you said I would leave the house once a week at the same time on the same day? That was the time you and Reed broke into my parents' house and tossed all my things, right? Wait, so you were going out to... That's right. Him and I would meet once a week at the same time, and there was never any problems between us with that. He had a big boy job as well, so he was always busy with that. Which meant the time we chose to meet always stayed the same. But having you both go into my parents' house and force me out really changed things for the better. Because now we're living in this huge mansion, and he and I can see each other all day, every day. Then, wait, what's your job, Jill? You were always in your bedroom, so how were you making that kind of money? I'm a writer. And not just any writer, but one of the top 10 most famous writers in the U.S. As a writer, it's pretty normal for me to just sit in my room doing my job without having to leave at all. I'm also making more than most people my age, enough to buy this house even. Huh? So that's what you've been doing? I've always been a writer, writing stories about the world. I've always wanted to travel. Those dreams have been on hold for a long time, but at least by making these stories, I can feel as though I've been on plenty of adventures. Luckily, through one of my online classes after I got out of college and had been working for a bit, I grew to know my language teacher. He's a polyglot, which means he can speak quite a lot of languages. He's traveled the world at least 24 times now and has been teaching me many languages to help me prepare for our first trip overseas together. Hold on a second! What about all of us here? I married your brother thinking that I'd get to spend all his money and have this house. How things turned out now weren't a part of the plan. Come back here right now and help us! I knew that was your goal. I'm sure you can already tell, but I'm not going back there. You and my brother are both the worst, which is why I just can't. But hey, at least both of your crappy characters go well with one another. So please, both of you continue to rot away there on your slow and painful journey to hell. After that, both of my parents had the house planned for demolishing, and soon everyone had to get out of that house and move away. Neither of my parents wanted Reed or Danny going with them, and so they left early morning to move out of town to a smaller apartment, leaving them to become homeless. They then made another move on our house, trying to force their way in so they could live with us. But as my brother put one foot through the door, my husband went and slammed it on his leg, shattering it. He then called the police, reporting them both as home invaders. So when the police showed up, both Reed and Danny were taken away swiftly. I heard that a couple of weeks after they were taken away, they started living with my parents again in their small apartment, after they had already paid Reed and Danny's bail. Thankfully, with the law being involved with them now, I no longer have to worry about either one of them coming here again and can relax. My husband and I have a trip to Europe coming up pretty soon, so I have to start practicing my French and German a bit more with him, meaning there's no time for me to care about that family anymore.
Hey, Tegan, where are you right now?
Chris? I told you I'm out for a meeting today, remember?
Yeah, but what about my dinner? What am I supposed to do for that?
What do you mean, what about dinner? I told you earlier today that you'd have to prepare your own food.
How am I supposed to remember stuff like that? You can't expect me to keep track of everything you say just because you mentioned it once. If you just say it once and think that's enough, it's pointless if it doesn't stick with me. You could have at least written it down on the calendar or sent me a reminder message. Can't you be a little more thoughtful? Honestly, this is what happens with people who don't work in an office and don't understand what it's like.
I'm sorry. It's my fault for not double-checking and reminding you. But there's some instant food in the kitchen cabinet. You can just heat it up and eat it with some rice. It won't take long.
What? You're telling me to microwave my own food?
Yes. I think you can handle that, right?
You seriously don't get it, do you? I come home exhausted from work, and it's a man's job to work and the wife's job to have a hot meal ready when he gets home. That's just how it is.
Wait, what? We both work, Chris. We're both contributing, so why are you acting like it's still the 1950s?
Contributing? You think what you do at home counts as work? You're sitting at home working comfortably from your desk. I'm out there actually dealing with real work.
I do plenty, Chris. And what about you? You don't do any housework. You're out having fun on the weekends while I'm doing everything else. You think that's fair?
You need to watch your tone. You're a woman and you're seriously talking back to me like this?
What's with this "you're a woman" stuff? Are you saying women should just shut up and do everything like we're servants?
Of course! Don't tell me you're one of those people who's fallen for all that talk about gender equality. Women are weaker than men. You get your periods and have times when you're totally useless. So naturally, women should do more in other areas. That's what real fairness looks like, you know.
I can't even have this conversation with you anymore. Just go buy something from a convenience store if you're so hungry. I'll give you the money for it later.
Wow, you really are something. You're completely lacking in charm, you know that? Remember how I allowed you to have your parents live with us once the two-family house was built? And this is how you repay me by acting like an ungrateful wife? You're failing at this, Tegan.
I'm done talking. I'm going back to work.
Oh, look at that. Getting angry because you've got nothing left to say. You're acting like a child. Honestly, I should have married a better woman. Maybe someone younger, someone who looks good in a mini skirt. That would have been nice. Oh, did I hit a nerve? Relax, it's just a joke. Lighten up.
Is this a good time, Tegan?
Yes, Amanda? What's on your mind? I hope everything's okay.
I heard from Chris that you've been struggling with housework lately. Is that true? I was quite surprised to hear that.
What do you mean by struggling? Can you clarify what he said, actually?
Well, he mentioned that he's been taking care of everything around the house, all by himself. But it's been really tough for him since he works at a company all day. He feels overwhelmed and said he needs you to step up more since you're working from home.
Oh, I see. If I may say something, I do all the housework every day. And honestly, Chris doesn't really help at all. I think he's just upset because I didn't prepare dinner today, which is why he might be complaining.
Oh, really? That sounds just like Chris. He has a tendency to exaggerate things when he's frustrated. It can be really hard to keep track of what's going on sometimes. But I understand that you're a novelist, so you must be working day and night, right? I can only imagine how demanding that can be. It's not easy at all. Yes, you're absolutely right, Tegan.
Writing is a full-time job in its own way, but I do try to keep the house in order as best as I can given my schedule. Amanda, I appreciate your concern. It means a lot to me that you're willing to talk about this.
No problem at all. And I heard that the two-family house is finally completed, right? That's wonderful news. We finished preparing for the move, and once we live together, I'll be able to help with the housework too. I think that will make things easier for everyone.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Are you saying you and your husband will be living with us? I wasn't aware of this.
Is something wrong? Did Chris not mention it to you? I thought he would have told you.
Hold on. What exactly are you saying? I'm a bit confused here.
Oh, Chris told me a while back that he was building a new house. He said it was so that his father and I could live together with you two. I didn't want to impose on you or make you feel uncomfortable, but I'm really happy you agreed to it. I just assumed it was something you'd be on board with. I'm sorry it took me so long to thank you for your understanding.
I really need to check with Chris about this. I don't want any misunderstandings.
Oh, sure, I understand. Go ahead. I'll be here if you need to talk more.
Hey, Chris, what's going on?
What are you talking about? I'm outside enjoying my drink. Can't you see I'm busy? Don't interrupt me.
I'm talking about the two-family house situation. We were supposed to live with my parents, remember? I heard from your mother that the plans have changed, and that's not what we agreed upon at all.
Oh, so you found out, huh? I guess I should have kept that under wraps better. And by the way, I feel a bit guilty about making you cover the full $700,000 for the two-family house, but you know what? I've decided that my parents will be living there instead, so you and your family need to pack up and get out. Got it? Honestly, I really don't want to live with your parents anymore. It's just not going to work for me.
If you felt that way from the start, you should have just said so. Why didn't you?
Well, I guess it's pretty clear why I didn't need to explain myself. You must have known all along that I was planning to have my parents move in.
Of course. How could I have been so naive? It's ridiculous to only realize this on the day the house is completed. You really must think I'm an idiot.
I mean, come on, you've been talking about wanting a dedicated workspace, right? If that's the case, why don't you just rent an apartment somewhere? Go and live with your parents there. My mother will take care of the housework, and let's be real, you won't be needed anymore. Let's just get this divorce finalized while we're at it.
Fine, I'll leave. I'll make sure to submit the divorce papers, the same ones you threw at me during one of our fights back in the day.
Wait, you still had those? I'm actually relieved because that saves me the hassle. Go ahead and do it, but just a heads up, I won't be sharing any of my assets with you.
Do whatever you want. I'll make my own plans too.
Oh, is that so? Well, thanks for buying the house for us. Guess this is goodbye then.
You may think it's funny now, but mark my words. I will never forgive you for this.
Hey, Tegan, what's going on here? Why am I being billed for the house loan? Didn't you say you'd pay for everything yourself?
I didn't pay for it. From the beginning, you said you wanted the loan to be in your name.
But you told me that you could buy the house outright for $700,000.
Did you forget? Right after that, you got swindled by a friend and ended up in debt. Who ended up taking on that debt for you? That was me, wasn't it? Given the amount of money involved, and considering we didn't know what might happen in the future, we agreed it would be better to pay it off gradually instead of risking losing all that money in one go by paying up front.
Right, I guess that's how it was.
And the house title is under your name. Since we're divorced now, I'm no longer obligated to make any payments. Good luck handling that. Oh, and since I withdrew my share of the down payment from our joint account, I imagine there's hardly anything left in there now. You can keep the rest of it.
Why are you making such unilateral decisions, you heartless person?
I told you I'd do what I wanted, didn't I? Besides, I was the one who contributed most to that account anyway. The moment you realized you could live off my income, you started keeping your entire paycheck for yourself.
I was just preparing for our wedding and for when we had children.
You can say anything you want, but I don't believe you. So the mortgage balance is over $500,000 now? Good luck with that.
There's no way I can pay that.
Why not? You've saved up some money for yourself, haven't you?
I don't have any money right now.
What?
Wow, right now, that is. I used it to invest in something that'll earn me a larger income later. So I don't have any cash on hand. If I don't have cash, how can I pay the mortgage? You should have paid in full like we agreed. You're the one at fault for not doing that.
I don't understand you at all. I clearly talked to you about this multiple times, didn't I? And you said yes, right? So you don't think the person who wasn't listening is also at fault?
Shut up! Humans forget things sometimes.
Even if you try to brush it off like that, I'm not going to pay. We're strangers now.
You're so arrogant for a woman.
Seriously, again with that? Whenever things get tough, you throw around that "for a woman" line. Is that the best you can come up with? It's exhausting just to deal with you. If you don't have any money, why don't you just borrow some from a friend? Now, you're on your own.
Hey, don't mess with me!
I heard from someone that you divorced Tegan. Is that true?
Wait a minute, did you really hear that from Tegan herself?
Yeah, she mentioned it.
I can't believe it, especially since we just finished building a house together. It feels so absurd and frustrating.
I know, right? It seems so sudden. What happened? Can you tell me the details?
Listen, I need to vent. That woman was really terrible. She can't do any of the housework, and it's so annoying.
What do you mean? She's at home all the time, isn't she? Shouldn't she be helping you out?
Exactly, but instead of helping, she acts all entitled and spoiled. And on top of everything, right after we get divorced, she steals money from our joint account.
What? She stole money from your account? Are you serious?
Yes, she took money that I earned with my hard work. She's just a thief in my eyes. I can't believe I was stupid enough to marry someone like her.
That sounds awful. So what's the situation now? Have you lost all your savings because of this?
Yeah, she cleaned out the entire account and now I'm left with nothing. I'm so broke that I can't pay the mortgage this month. I really need your help. Is there any way you can lend me some money?
What? Hold on. Just a moment. You told me before that you paid for the house in one go, isn't that right?
Well, there seems to have been a misunderstanding. It's actually on a payment plan, and I only just found that out.
A misunderstanding? You're saying you just realized something so crucial about the house?
Yes, I'm serious. I'll get back the money she stole, but for now I really need help, please.
You need to stop lying to me.
What do you mean? I'm not lying.
I might not have known Tegan for long, but I think I understand what kind of person she is. She's a successful writer, you know. She's made a name for herself in various media, and her recent works have been quite popular.
So what if she's a successful writer? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, despite her achievements, she never acted superior to anyone. She treated me with kindness and respect, even though I'm much older than her. I remember how she adapted her schedule just to fit with yours as a salaryman. She even worked hard to manage the household chores.
Wait a minute, I said I was doing most of the housework myself.
Do you remember that time you visited us not too long ago? Tegan cooked a meal for you. I can assure you that level of cooking doesn't come easily or quickly. It's not something you pick up overnight.
Well, cooking is something I can do too. Anyone can cook.
I'm a full-time homemaker, and I can tell you that cooking and managing a household still takes skill and experience. Just by observing someone's movements in the kitchen, you can gauge how much they practice and how experienced they really are. That's why, when we decided to live together in a two-family house, I thought it would be great to help Tegan with the chores so she could concentrate on her writing. But if she ended up getting fed up with that help, then maybe that's just how it goes.
What are you saying? Are you saying she left because of me?
Right now, you seem to be in a very chaotic situation. Can't we just sit down and talk about this face to face? It's important to understand each other, don't you think?
No, there's nothing left to discuss. I can't believe you're siding with her.
Why would I side with her? I'm just trying to see the bigger picture here.
Why not? You always seem to take her side in everything. It feels like you're not even my parent anymore.
I'm not here to just blindly support you. I'm here to help you grow and learn from your mistakes. Sometimes tough love is necessary for that.
What do you mean by that?
It's true. I admit that I let you go out into the world unprepared. I can see that now. But it's time for you to stop relying on your parents to fix all your problems. You're not a child anymore.
What did you say? You act so high and mighty while you're not even working.
High and mighty? Come on, just because you failed to support your wife and lost her doesn't mean you can take your frustrations out on me. I'm just trying to guide you.
You're treating me like I'm a kid. This isn't fair.
Yes, right now you are acting like a child. You may look like an adult, but you haven't matured emotionally. You need to take a step back, cool off, and really think about your actions.
But I'm not moving out of that house. I can't do that.
If you can't afford it, then you might have to let it go. Have you ever even apologized to Tegan for the way things went down? They say regret comes too late, but in your case, it seems like you're reaping what you've sown.
You're not helping me at all. This is so unfair. You're just being cold-hearted.
Yes, I'm your parent, but you're also a grown adult now. You can't keep depending on me for everything. It's time for you to take responsibility for your own life. Go apologize to Tegan and sort things out for yourself.
You have no idea what I've been through. I've lost everything because of her.
Losing everything is tough, I understand that, but you have to take some accountability. You can't expect everyone else to clean up your mess, especially when you played a part in it.
It's not fair! You're supposed to be on my side! Why can't you just support me instead of pointing fingers?
I'm not here to just blindly support you. I'm here to help you learn and grow from your mistakes. Sometimes tough love is necessary for that.
Tough love? Is that what you call this? It feels like you're just abandoning me.
I'm not abandoning you. I'm pushing you to stand on your own 2 feet. You're a grown person now. You need to act like it.
I can't believe you're saying this. I thought you would understand.
I do understand, but you have to understand too. Life doesn't always go the way we want it to. Sometimes we have to deal with the consequences of our actions.
But I never meant for things to get this bad.
I understand, but intention doesn't change the outcome. You need to face what you've done and make amends.
It's so easy for you to say that. You're not the one who has to face her.
You're right, I'm not. But I've been through my own struggles, and I had to learn to deal with them too.
But I just feel so lost right now. Everything is falling apart.
I know it feels that way, but sometimes you have to pick up the pieces yourself. I can't do it for you anymore.
What do I do then? Where do I even start?
Start by owning up to your mistakes. Go talk to Tegan and apologize sincerely. Show her that you're taking responsibility for your actions.
But what if she doesn't want to talk to me? What if she hates me?
That's a possibility, but you'll never know unless you try. Sometimes, taking the first step is the hardest, but also the most important.
I just feel so defeated right now.
It's okay to feel defeated, but don't let it consume you. Use that feeling as motivation to change and grow.
I guess you're right, but it's going to take a lot of courage.
It will, but you have that courage inside you. You just have to find it and use it.
I'll try, but it's hard to see a way forward right now. Hey, can you please get your act together and come back?
Huh? Are we still going on about this? I have no intention of getting involved with someone I divorced. This is all about money, isn't it?
Well, that's true, but there's no need to say it like that. I messed up, okay? I'm sorry. I truly regret it. That's why I want another chance. Just think about it. We've been through so much together, and I really believe we can work this out.
I don't want to, though. I've made my decision, and you should respect that. Please look elsewhere for help. There are plenty of other people who can assist you.
What did you just say? You think I'll back down if you act all high and mighty? That's not how this works. You can't just dismiss me like that.
And here you go again with your just a woman comment. Can't you grow up a little? It's disappointing to hear you talk like that, considering everything we've been through.
Do you not feel any guilt at all? You deceived me! If you had grievances, you should have expressed them clearly instead of bottling them up until you blew up! Is that how you handle conflicts, with childish tantrums? If you want forgiveness, I'll give it to you, but you need to come back quickly!
Why do you think you deserve to be forgiven? I really can't comprehend your logic. Fine, let me be clear. I'm absolutely not getting back together with you. I realize something important about you, and I won't ignore it.
What are you talking about?
I've been wondering about something. How can you, who never contributed any money to the household, suddenly be in such dire financial straits that you can't even pay the mortgage? If it were about infidelity or gambling, I could at least understand that. But I never thought you would resort to crime.
What? Crime? Stop throwing around baseless accusations. You have no right to judge me like that.
But look at you. You've gotten mixed up in some scam with your acquaintances, haven't you? Isn't that what they call a hypnotic sales scheme? You're holding strange seminars, luring participants in, and then selling them overpriced junk. How could you stoop to that level?
That's not how it is. I'm just running a business. You don't understand the hard work that goes into this. I'm trying to build something for myself.
No. A scam is a scam. And the fact that you've been drained of your money means that not only are you being made to assist in the scam, but you're also being treated like a fool. This isn't just business, it's dishonest, and you know it.
Shut up! Don't stick your nose into something you don't understand! You have no idea how hard it is to make a living these days!
I don't want to hear anything from someone who's broke and has no money. How can you even think you have a say in this?
That's because I'll get money later! I have a plan and it's gonna work out just fine!
That's just a verbal agreement, isn't it? What guarantee do you have that it will actually come through? You can't just expect things to fall into your lap without any effort.
Do you enjoy nitpicking every little detail? You have such a nasty personality. Just come back and pay up. I can't believe you're acting like this.
Huh? There's no way I'm coming back after this conversation. You think I just walked back into that situation?
Don't mess with me. You're so full of yourself. Do you really think you could just push me around?
Well, I appreciate that you at least talked to me about this. I think I managed to buy some time for myself. Maybe you'll come to your senses.
What?
Because I actually reported your scam to the authorities.
What? You what?
I called the police. I told them there's been a suspicious man doing business in our neighborhood lately. I also mentioned how you've been aggressively recruiting people for your seminars, and it's been really bothersome. Apparently, it's a pretty well-known issue around here, so it's no surprise they will catch on quickly.
Wait, so now I'm gonna... What? The doorbell keeps ringing. Could it be the police?
Well, why don't you just go check? You seem so confident in your actions. Why not face the consequences?
You've gotta be kidding me. There's no way I can do that. I can't face them.
Oh, I see. Well, good luck then. Maybe this will be a lesson for you.
Hey, you have to help me out. Please, save me. I can't believe this is happening.
I told you, I'm not going to help. You made your bed, now you have to lie in it.
I can't get in touch with my former colleagues, and I don't have anyone else to rely on. We were married once, for crying out loud. Can't you at least show some compassion?
That doesn't mean anything now. We're basically strangers. I have no obligation to help you. You made your choices, and now you have to deal with the consequences.
How can you be so cold? This is ridiculous. You're acting like I didn't even matter to you.
You're the one getting angry because you can't think of a good comeback. You're acting like a child. If only I'd married a better man, someone more genuine and handsome. You've done nothing but disappoint me.
You? How can you say that after everything we've been through? You think it was easy for me?
What's the matter? Are you upset? You brought this on yourself, didn't you? You made your choices. Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't have many good memories from our marriage, but at least I won't be short on material for my writing. I'll be sure to use this incident as inspiration for a story. So while you're sitting in jail, make sure to reflect on your actions. Goodbye. And remember, this is all you're doing. After that, Chris was arrested for fraud. Once he finally confessed everything, the main perpetrator behind the scam was also apprehended, which means both of them will likely be stuck in jail for quite a while. They are facing serious charges, and it seems that neither of them will be getting out anytime soon. Naturally, this meant that he had to let go of that two-family house he had been so proud of. It's probably for the best, though. I hope he stays behind bars long enough to reflect on his actions and truly understand the consequences of what he did. Meanwhile, my mother-in-law repeatedly apologized to me, bowing her head in regret. I could see the remorse in her eyes, and I appreciated her sincerity. I realized that the reason I had managed to get through the difficult times with my ex-husband was largely due to her support. She'd always been there, providing me with the strength and encouragement I needed when things got tough. Looking back, I wish that I could have had a better relationship with her. I wanted to share more experiences and build a closer bond, but the circumstances had always kept us at a distance. So now, we've decided to start over as friends. It feels refreshing to shift our dynamic from that of a traditional mother-in-law and daughter-in-law to something more casual and enjoyable. We've been talking about our favorite books lately, and it's been wonderful to share our thoughts and recommendations. It's nice to connect on this level, discussing characters, plot twist, and even the themes that resonate with us. Sometimes we laugh about the ridiculous scenarios that some authors create, and other times we delve into deeper discussions about life and relationships as portrayed in the stories we read. There's something special about this newfound friendship. It feels like we are finally understanding each other as individuals, rather than as just family members bound by obligation. We share a lot of laughs, and it's refreshing to know that we can lean on each other for support and companionship without the pressures that came with our previous roles. Recently, we even made plans to visit a local bookstore together. We talked about how fun it would be to browse the shelves, discovering new titles, and perhaps even getting lost in the pages of a good book over coffee. I'm excited about this change. It feels liberating to create new memories without the weight of past conflicts hanging over us. I find myself thinking about the future more often now. The way things have turned out, despite the chaos and pain caused by Chris, has opened new doors for me. I've realized that I'm stronger than I thought, and that there's a world of possibilities ahead. With my mother-in-law by my side, I feel more optimistic. She shared stories of her own experiences, and it's been comforting to hear how she navigated through difficult times in her life. We've laughed and cried together as we've reflected on the challenges we faced, and it's been empowering to see how we've both emerged on the other side. I'm learning to appreciate the small moments, the laughter shared over silly anecdotes, and the joy of discovering a new book that captivates us. It's fascinating to see how literature can bridge gaps between generations, sparking conversations that flow effortlessly. I never imagined that I could form such a connection with my mother-in-law, but here we are, finding common ground in our love for stories. I've come to understand that she's not just a figure in my past, she's a person with her own dreams and disappointments. As we continue to share our thoughts on various books, I can see a new bond forming, one that is built on mutual respect and understanding. I hope that this friendship can grow and evolve into something even more meaningful over time. In a way, I'm grateful for the circumstances that led us here, even if they were painful. The experience has shown me the importance of having supportive relationships, and I'm glad to have this opportunity to strengthen my connection with my mother-in-law. Going forward, I want to embrace this new chapter in my life. The past may have been tumultuous, but it has also taught me valuable lessons about resilience, friendship, and the power of forgiveness. I know that life is unpredictable, but with each day, I feel more confident in my ability to face whatever comes my way. And as I embark on this journey, I'm excited about the possibility of building new memories with my mother-in-law. We'll continue to share our thoughts on literature, explore new stories together, and support each other in our respective journeys. I truly believe that this friendship will enrich my life in ways I never expected. Here's to new beginnings, deeper connections, and the beauty of storytelling. As we dive into discussions about our favorite authors and genres, I find that we have so much in common. We both enjoy mystery novels, and there's something thrilling about trying to guess the endings. I love hearing her perspectives on various plot developments. Her insights are sharp and insightful, often leaving me pondering long after our conversations end. Sometimes, we even challenge each other to read books outside our usual genres. For instance, she recommended a historical fiction novel that I would have never picked up on my own. To my surprise, I found myself completely engrossed in the story, and it sparked a whole new appreciation for that genre. I think it's wonderful how our friendship is encouraging us to step outside our comfort zones. We're not just exchanging thoughts about books, we're also sharing personal stories and experiences that have shaped us into who we are today. I never anticipated that I would find such a deep connection with my mother-in-law, but I'm grateful for the growth we're experiencing together. It's refreshing to have someone in my life who understands the complexities of family dynamics, especially after the chaos that Chris brought into our lives. She has shared her struggles as a young mother and the challenges she faced, which has helped me see her in a new light. Understanding her background has given me a deeper appreciation for the sacrifices she made for her family. In a way, I feel like we're healing together. Talking about our past experiences, both the good and the bad, allows us to support each other emotionally. It's comforting to know that we're not alone in our struggles and that a connection is incredibly valuable. As our bond continues to grow, I find myself reflecting on the lessons learned from my marriage to Chris. I've come to realize that I deserve to be treated with respect and love, and I will never settle for anything less again. My mother-in-law has been a great reminder of the importance of healthy relationships. She embodies kindness and understanding, and I aspire to bring those qualities into my own life. As we embrace this new friendship, I also look forward to what the future holds. The prospect of sharing life experiences, laughter, and perhaps even a few tears makes me excited for what lies ahead. No matter what challenges may come, I know I have someone to lean on, and that support means the world to me. And so here's to new beginnings, laughter-filled discussions over coffee, and the adventures of friendship. I can't wait to see where this journey takes us next.
Flora, you're older than me, and yet you're still not married. It's quite something, isn't it? I mean, at your age, isn't it starting to get a bit concerning? Goldie, what do you mean by that? I'm not exactly rushing into marriage or anything. It's not like it's something to be worried about. Come on, you're at that age now. Do you really not understand? My husband is the eldest son, and there's a lot of pressure on me because of that, you know. You have to think about these things too. It really matters. Well, I don't feel pressured at all. My parents don't have those old-fashioned expectations. Sure, there might be some excitement since I'm the first grandchild, but it's not something you need to worry about too much. It's not like anyone's putting pressure on you about it. Oh, I definitely feel it, even if you don't say anything. I mean, I'm the one who came into this family, right? And I'm the first grandchild, while my husband has 2 older sisters who aren't married yet. That's a bit unexpected for me, too. I understand, but marriage is such a personal matter. Even though I'm your sister-in-law, it's not really something you should be discussing with me. So, are your parents okay with that? What if my children ended up being the only grandchildren? Well, I can't completely rule that possibility out, but really, it's not something you need to worry so much about. No, I'm definitely going to be worried about it. Because once the baby I'm carrying is born, there's a good chance they'll expect me to have another one right after, right? That's honestly too much for me to handle. It's going to be fine. If that happens, we can talk about it then. But come on, this is the first grandchild. There's going to be a celebration for the birth, isn't there? After all, since I got pregnant, our expenses have skyrocketed, and after the birth, it's going to cost even more money. So, yes, I am absolutely expecting a big celebration. Wait, are you seriously saying that? I mean, I understand that pregnancy and childbirth cost money, but especially since I'm having a boy. If I don't get a lavish celebration, I might just lose it. I'm risking my life to bring this baby into the world. And to be honest, I didn't even want kids in the first place, but since your brother wanted children, here we are. I get that, but well, I know that my in-laws don't seem to have a lot of money, so it's probably going to be difficult to expect much from them. Still, please don't send anything useless. If it's trash, I'll just throw it away. Yes, I understand already. I'm currently experiencing postpartum depression, so I really don't want to see anyone from my in-laws right now. Please don't contact me. What? Are you really okay with that? I mean, is it really fine to shut everyone out like that? I'm fine, but it would be incredibly annoying if they just showed up at my house unannounced, so please don't come over, okay? Well, that's really all I wanted to say. I see, but I can't help but worry a little. I mean, I've only been able to see the baby once so far. I mean, it seems like my mother is trying her best not to bring it up too much, but I think she would appreciate having more opportunities to spend time with her grandchild. Once things settle down a bit, it would be nice if we could all meet up again. I'll think about it. Right now, my parents are completely focused on taking care of the baby, and I don't want to impose any more than necessary. Oh, I understand. If you ever need help, just let us know. We're more than willing to come by and lend a hand if you need it. Honestly, I'd prefer if you didn't feel the need to do that. It's a really complicated situation right now, and I'm just exhausted from everything. It's like the English language is failing me, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. It's all so overwhelming. That's not what I meant at all. I also sent you a congratulatory gift for the baby the other day. Did you receive it? I thought it would be better not to ring the doorbell when I passed by your house, so I left it on your parking area instead. I did receive your gift, but honestly, it looked so cheap. I ended up throwing it all in the trash. Seriously, I need something better than that. What? Are you serious? You threw it all away? Of course. What's with the handmade diaper tower? It's so tacky that I couldn't stop laughing. It's been ages since I've laughed like that, especially after giving birth. Wait, I worked really hard with my mom to make that for you. And also, what about the $30,000 gift? Huh? What do you mean by that? Inside the diaper tower, I wrapped up the $30,000 gift from my mom and me. You did notice that, right? What? No way. Are you serious? That's exactly what I want to know. Did you really throw it away? That's impossible. If that was the case, you should have mentioned it in the letter. This is the worst. Of course I threw it away. Wow. Oh, this is unbelievable. It was even written in the letter I attached. You really did this. Go get it back right now. I'm out right now. You know what? I'll contact my parents to go and get it. Wait, you're out this late? I'm going to contact my brother right now. It would be faster if you reach out to him, right? I mean, I know you need to tell your parents too, but still. No, wait, the gift was sent to me, right? That means I have to receive it. Huh? But it's also a good idea to let your brother know. I thought it was strange that I hadn't heard anything yet, so I asked you first. Oh, whatever. I'll just send my parents to get it. Seriously, please stop being so attached to your brother. I have enough on my plate right now, so this is all I can handle. Hey, wait a minute. Make sure you talk to my brother properly, okay? I don't want any misunderstandings. It's really important that you communicate everything clearly, especially now that you've had the baby. You don't want any issues arising from this, do you?
I found it! It was still there! I'm so relieved I found it in time. But seriously, she threw it out regardless of the garbage collection days or anything. What on earth is she thinking? This is such a hassle. I'm so sorry about this.
You found it? Oh, that's great. I'm really glad you contacted me right away. But wait, you were home taking care of the baby, right? Then why did you insist on calling your parents instead of me? It would have been much quicker to reach out to me.
I didn't want you to take my money. I knew if I told you, you'd just put it in the baby's savings account, and I wanted to use it all myself.
Oh, is that what it was? I figured something was off when I saw how you were acting.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think there's something you're hiding from me.
Hiding? Like what? By the way, are you out right now? Are you out having fun?
Yeah, it seems that way. She sometimes goes out like this. Before, she was staying with her parents taking care of the baby. I'm not entirely sure why, but ever since I started taking parental leave and stayed home with the baby, she's started going out alone now and then.
Oh, really? Well, the way you say that makes it sound like you've been thinking she might have been going out more when she was at your parents' place, right?
Yeah, there's a good chance of that. I don't think it's a bad thing to go out occasionally. Just because she's a mother doesn't mean she has to be glued to the baby all the time. I'm here, and so are her parents. We can all share the parenting responsibilities. Taking a breather is important too, I believe. But the issue is how she's spending her time out.
What do you mean by that?
She often comes home drunk in the morning after a night out. It seems she's been drinking with her friends from college. She comes home completely wasted and then just sleeps all day. I don't mind her going out, but she's a stay-at-home mom after all. I worry about what will happen when my parental leave ends. Will she be able to handle the housework properly again? It's a bit concerning.
Oh, I see. You guys had a bit of a rushed marriage, huh? So you didn't really know about her true nature before tying the knot?
Well, I guess that's about right. I think I fell into her trap more than I'd like to admit. We were supposed to be practicing safe sex, but then she ended up getting pregnant. I really don't mind because children are a blessing, but still. She got pregnant before we were married, and then she quit her job right away. It feels like I've been tricked, honestly.
Wow, so you were aware of that, huh? We all kind of thought the same thing. But if you're saying you're happy with it, then that's great, right? Mom and I talked about that too.
Is that so?
It's possible that with the baby finally here, she's just feeling overwhelmed with excitement and letting loose a bit too much.
Yeah, that could be it. So I've been doing a lot of the housework while she's out, you know? I've become quite good at cleaning. I honestly think the place is cleaner now than when she does it.
Well, kudos to you for that, but don't forget to thank your wife. After all, she's the one maintaining the home. Even if she's not great at housework, you still need to appreciate her for keeping your life running smoothly.
I get that, but, Flora, I have a favor to ask you.
What is it?
Could you keep the fact that I found the $30,000 a secret from her?
Wait, why?
If she knows, I think she'd just blow it all on herself. She has this habit of spending money really fast. I mean, I get that going out drinking costs money, but if I give her cash, it might turn into a disaster. I want to save it for the baby's future. Also, I've been a bit concerned about something.
Really? What's been going on?
Well, I'll tell you once I'm sure about it, but there's a possibility that she might be betraying me.
What do you mean by that?
I have this gut feeling that she's hiding something from me and I can't shake it off. She's been acting weird lately and I can't quite put my finger on it.
You think she's being unfaithful?
I don't know yet. That's why I'm keeping an eye on things. It just feels like she's changed since the baby was born, you know? It's like she's become more carefree and distant. I understand that having a baby can change a person, but I can't help but feel suspicious about her late nights out.
Wow, that sounds intense. Have you talked to her about this at all?
I've tried, but she just brushes it off like I'm overreacting. She says I should trust her and that she's just having some time for herself. I want her to have her freedom, but I also think it's crucial for us to be honest with each other.
Yeah, for sure. Trust is key in a relationship. If you can't talk about these things, it's going to build up and cause bigger issues down the line.
Exactly, and I really don't want to jump to any conclusions, but my instincts are telling me something isn't right. I just wish I could get through to her and make her understand how serious this is for me.
Well, if you thought about sitting her down and having a heartfelt conversation when she's sober, sometimes people don't realize the impact of their actions until they really think about it.
I've been thinking about it, but every time I try to bring it up, she gets defensive and changes the subject. It's frustrating. I don't want to start a fight, but I need her to know how I feel.
I totally get that. Maybe if you approach it from a place of concern instead of accusation, she might be more open to listening.
That's a good point. I should focus on how I feel and not make her feel attacked. I'll try to find a calm moment to talk to her about it. Thanks for the advice.
Of course, just remember it's okay to express your feelings, but it's also important to be patient. Relationships take work, and sometimes things just need time to settle down.
Yeah, you're right. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for being here for me, Flora. It means a lot.
Anytime. We're siblings, and I'll always have your back. Just keep me updated on how things go with her, okay?
Absolutely. I'll let you know what happens. Hopefully we can get this sorted out soon.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you. Just keep communication open, and I'm sure you'll find a way to work through it together. Flora, why did you lie? That $30,000, didn't Eric recover it? Why did you keep quiet about it? Oh, that issue? What? Did Eric finally say something to you? I hope you didn't make a scene or anything. This is the worst. If I had that money, none of this would have happened. It's completely unfair. What do you mean by none of this? My husband just said he wants a divorce. He's done with this marriage. But if we had that $30,000, this wouldn't have happened. I could have paid off our debts and fixed everything. Well, that was something you threw away, wasn't it? You should think of it as something that never existed in the first place. Also, those are not words you should say to someone who gave you $30,000. That's pretty rude, don't you think? Because! Why did you hide it in a diaper tower like some childish trick? You knew how important that money was. How rude. I thought you would enjoy it as a surprise. I didn't make the diaper tower with the expectation it would be thrown away. That would be silly. I genuinely wanted to create a fun moment for you. But you said you'd have my parents come pick it up, right? So why did you contact my brother instead? I thought it was strange from the beginning that you wanted to involve your parents. You should have just told me directly. Then I got a call from my brother and everything clicked. I never imagined you would go out drinking with your old circle members while secretly spending a fortune on a host. What were you thinking? Well, that's because it's not like I had a choice. I mean, it's my ultimate form of relaxation. It's my favorite idle activities. You can't just take that away from me. I'm not denying that relaxation or idle activities are important, but you need to do those things within a budget. You can't just lie to your husband just to go out, and now you've ended up with all this debt. This is a serious issue. You wanted the $30,000 from the congratulatory money to pay off this debt, didn't you? Well, I needed money to support him. So it can't be helped. You don't understand how hard it is to be a mother and not have any outlet. If you need the money, then work and save it up to pay it off yourself. Don't rely on other people's money. And to think you wanted to use the $30,000 that was supposed to be a congratulatory gift. Is that really something a parent would do? It's irresponsible. Shut up! You say whatever you want as long as I stay quiet. If you had just given me the $30,000, this would have been resolved. But your brother found out about it first and deposited the entire amount into the child's savings. You're directing your resentment at the wrong target. If that's the case, then get the money from your parents to pay it off. They should help you out if they care about you. We've been poor for generations. That's why my parents were counting on my husband's income. And now I'm being told there's going to be a divorce. Take responsibility. This isn't fair. Shut up. You... Just stop already. I can't listen to this anymore. What did you just say? While you've been slacking off on parenting and wasting money drinking until the morning, your husband has been home alone doing everything. He's been desperately doing the housework and cleaning, and he found your IOU while doing so. He saw that paper hidden deep down and decided your spending habits were abnormal. So he hired a detective to gather all the evidence, didn't he? Wait, was it really that far gone? He hired a detective? Did you think no one knew? This is all the result of your own actions. Sure, there's no rule that says you can't have fun just because you're a mother. But while you were doing nothing, your brother was working tirelessly without rest, and while you were carelessly accumulating debt, he was growing tired from taking care of the child. And don't you dare blame your divorce on someone else just because you couldn't find the congratulatory money that was given to you. But if I had that $30,000, I could have paid back the money and none of this would have been a problem. If you had done that, you would have just gotten carried away and racked up even more debt. A person like you needs to experience pain firsthand to learn. It's the only way you'll understand the consequences of your actions. Wait, I get it. I won't go to the host anymore. I won't borrow money anymore. So please just help me this once. 30,000. No, even 20,000 would be fine. I'll be grateful for any amount you can spare. Look, we're not rich either. It's not an amount that just magically appears when you wish for it. We're also desperately gathering every penny to make ends meet. Just like you said, I don't have a boyfriend, nor am I planning to have children. Given the way things are going, the chances of me getting married and having kids are slim. So the money I spent was entrusted to your children's future. I don't want to waste it on your irresponsible choices. But if I get divorced like this, that child will be left without a father. Don't you see that? I need to be there for my child. What are you talking about? Of course the father will get custody. He's the responsible one. A debt-ridden woman who thoughtlessly tries to use her child's money while being a stay-at-home mom without a job is in no position to raise a child. You need to face the reality of your situation. That's true, but let me ask you this. Can you raise a child under these circumstances? You have to pay for your living expenses and child support, and now you'll also have to pay your husband alimony. How do you plan on doing that? Alimony? But I don't have that kind of money. How can I possibly afford that? Of course, that's impossible. You've had physical relationships with other men behind your husband's back multiple times. That's a serious betrayal, and you'll have to face the consequences. He has every right to demand alimony. Please, I am begging you, talk to Eric. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was happy. I can't work after a divorce. I don't know how to make it on my own. Don't act like a stay-at-home mom even when you can't handle basic household chores or childcare. Of course you were happy because you had the freedom to play, but you crossed the line. You can't just ignore your responsibilities. I'm sorry. I promise I'll never do this again. I'll be a proper mother. I've learned my lesson. So please, just this once, forgive me. If I can just pay back the debt, everything will be okay. Then pay what you owe and start over. Your trust is already sunk down there. Don't think you can be forgiven with such light words. Reflect on your selfish actions and suffer in hell for the rest of your life, you worthless woman. You think it's that easy to just move on? Please, I'll change. I promise. I can't lose my child. I'll do anything. You don't get it, do you? Your words mean nothing now. You've lost the right to be trusted, and it'll take more than just promises to regain it. You have to face the consequences of your actions. Your husband deserves better, and so does your child. You need to take responsibility. I know I messed up, but please, I don't want to lose my family. Can't you see how hard this is for me? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. You think you can just brush everything under the rug because you're feeling sorry for yourself? It doesn't work that way. You need to be held accountable. You need to make real changes, not just empty promises. Show that you can be a responsible adult. I promise I'll get a job. I'll do anything. Just help me get through this, please. Talk is cheap. You need to prove it with actions. Your husband's at his limit and you're running out of time. If you want to turn things around, you better start showing real commitment to change and being a better mother. I will, I swear. Just give me one more chance. I'll show you I can do it. Make sure you mean it, or you'll find yourself in an even worse situation than you're in now. Remember, you're not just risking your own future, you're jeopardizing your child's as well. Please, I don't want to think about that. I just want to make things right. I want to fix this and be a good mother. Then start by being honest with yourself and those around you. No more lies, no more hiding. If you want a chance at redemption, you'll have to be willing to fight for it every single day. I understand. I really do. I'll just do whatever it takes. Just don't give up on me yet. Well, it's too late to ask for that now because every single one of us has given up on you now. I hope that you have fun rotting in hell for all that you've done to us. Goldie was reportedly devastated when my brother firmly informed her of the divorce, breaking down into tears. However, it seems that my brother had completely lost all feelings for her, leading to the divorce proceeding without any further hesitation. The emotional impact of such a revelation can be immense, especially when a relationship that once held promise crumbles so suddenly. Under the guidance of a private investigator who advised him to be thorough, my brother had secretly installed hidden cameras during their discussions. This allowed him to capture the moments when Goldie, consumed by anger and frustration, attempted to lash out at their child. The recordings became crucial evidence in the divorce proceedings, revealing the true nature of her behavior when confronted. It's chilling to think about how a moment of anger can lead to such devastating consequences, not just for Goldie, but for the child caught in the middle. Following the divorce, Goldie lost her rights to see her child, and she would never be around to meet them again. The emotional toll of the situation must have been immense for her, but at the same time, it feels almost like poetic justice, considering her previous actions. The loss of her child would be a permanent scar on her heart, serving as a constant reminder of her decisions and their fallout. Now, buried with debt, alimony, and the necessity of earning a living, Goldie reluctantly found part-time work. Every day she struggles to make ends meet, and honestly, it's hard not to feel a sense of schadenfreude in this situation. Her previous lifestyle, filled with careless spending and reckless choices, has turned into a harsh reality. She now has to wake up early each morning, facing the drudgery of her new life. Each day serves as a reminder of what she lost, and it must be excruciating to see the stark contrast between her former life and her current one. She once enjoyed a life of leisure, filled with social outings and extravagant expenses, and now she is scraping by, barely able to pay her bills. The transformation from a life of luxury to one of financial strain illustrates the consequences of her actions. Goldie's transition from the carefree existence to the struggles of a working single mother highlights the impact of her previous choices. In the past, she may have taken her brother's support for granted, believing that she could continue living her life without consequences. But now, reality's hit hard, and every hour she spends at her part-time job serves as a reminder of the choices she's made and their repercussions. My brother, on the other hand, seems to be moving on with his life. Free from the chaos and drama that Goldie brought into his life, he can focus on his child without the burdens that Goldie represented. This newfound freedom must feel like a weight lifted off his shoulders, allowing him to finally breathe and find joy in parenting, without the stress of an unstable partnership. The contrast between their current situations could not be more stark, as Goldie finds herself in a self-imposed prison of regret while her brother flourishes. Goldie's current situation also forces her to reflect on her priorities and the choices that led her to this point. The debt that she accrued, possibly to fund her previous lifestyle, now looms over her like a dark cloud. Every moment spent at work is not just about earning a paycheck, it's about trying to repay her past mistakes and the consequences of her actions. The pressure to make ends meet while managing her financial obligations is a daily burden that weighs heavily on her shoulders. She may find herself daydreaming about what could have been, contemplating how different things might be if she had made better choices. The longing to see her child again might haunt her, knowing that her actions directly led to her current circumstances. The realization of what she lost may bring moments of deep sadness and regret, forcing her to confront the gravity of her decisions. As she navigates her new life, Goldie will likely encounter challenges that push her to her limits. Balancing work and life without the support she once had will be a daunting task. She might have to rely on friends or acquaintances for help, something that she may not have been used to before. This reliance on others could bring about feelings of vulnerability and insecurity as she comes to terms with her new reality. Her interactions with others will also change. She may find it difficult to relate to those who still live the life she once had. The envy and resentment she might feel towards them could lead to feelings of isolation. She may struggle to connect with those who don't understand her plight, further exasperating her sense of loss and grief over what she used to have. In the midst of this struggle, there may be moments of clarity for Goldie. These moments might help her realize the true cost of her decisions and the importance of responsibility and accountability. She might begin to understand the value of hard work, the importance of financial stability, and the love that comes with being a parent, something she took for granted. Eventually, Goldie may find a way to rebuild her life, whether it's through new friendships, personal growth, or professional development. She may start to carve out a new identity separate from the mistakes of her past. This journey towards self-improvement could be transformative, allowing her to redefine her purpose and goals in life. Yet the scars of her past will remain, serving as constant reminders of what she lost and what she must overcome. Her journey towards redemption may be long and arduous, filled with obstacles and setbacks, but it will also provide opportunities for growth and learning. Goldie's story serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of neglecting one's responsibilities, illustrating that one's choices can profoundly affect the lives of those around them. It highlights the importance of being accountable for one's actions and the impact those actions can have on family and relationships. In the end, Goldie's path to recovery may lead her to a deeper understanding of herself, her values, and the importance of cherishing her family.
Hey, Tiffany, are you there? I just wanted to make sure that you were ready for the wedding. You do know that you have to follow the plan exactly how I laid it out for you, right? I don't want to see even a single misstep from you. I mean it. If anything goes wrong at the wedding, it is all going to be on you, understand?
Carmen, please. As my mother-in-law, I'm asking to please just let me not go to the wedding. I mean, I'm not even any kind of wedding planner. You just came up to me one day and started listing off things you'd like to see at the wedding.
Well, what is even the point of having you around if you can't do something as simple as plan a wedding? Maybe if you talked less and listened more, you wouldn't be having this problem. Now, I told you exactly how I wanted this wedding to go. It is your job to make sure that that dream comes true and that it's perfect down to the last detail.
Carmen, I get that you want all this, but it's Lucy's wedding, and she hasn't mentioned anything about this to me.
Oh, so you're saying that you don't care if you totally ruin Lucy's wedding, all because she didn't tell you what she wanted?
Of course that's not what I'm saying, but I am literally 8 months pregnant. I am pretty much ready to pop. If anything happens, if I were to end up having this baby early, I wouldn't be able to help at all. Besides, I really would like to be able to concentrate more on this as it is my first child. And with all that in mind, I just really don't think that I should be at Lucy's wedding at all.
You really are such a worrywart. Do you know that? What does any of this wedding business have to do with your baby? Take it from me, someone who has had kids and raised them too. You need to be keeping your body fit while you're pregnant. Or at least give yourself something to do and concentrate on. That's why you have to make sure Lucy's wedding is perfect. And if I hear even a single grumble or gripe from any of the guests, you will be hearing about it.
So you're really just going to use me to do all this hard work that you don't do?
What else is a daughter-in-law for? I'm the mother-in-law, and that means that what I say goes, got it?
Please, Carmen, I'll give you some money to help pay for the preparations if you'll just let me rest and focus on the baby.
You really are just pathetic, do you know that? You are going to be there at the wedding, and that is that. You useless, stupid woman. How could you miss Lucy's wedding? What is the matter with you? Do you know how embarrassing it was for me to have to explain why you weren't there?
I already told you about this, Carmen. I'm going to be giving birth any day now, and I wasn't going to the wedding in the first place.
Well, I know you said that, but I didn't think that you actually meant it. But whatever, I suppose there really is no going back on any of this now.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean that if you're really going to miss my daughter's wedding, all because of your pregnancy, then I just really don't think that I have any more use for you. And that's why I was sent off the divorce papers for you and my son. Now I want you to pack your bags and leave this house right now.
You mean you really submitted the paperwork for Tom and I to get a divorce?
That's right. What else do you think I meant by that? But you only have yourself to blame. I have no idea what my son was thinking about getting with you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this? Well, whatever. I'll just go to the courthouse tomorrow and explain the mistake to them.
It's too late. Those papers have already been long processed. There's nothing you can do about this now.
Well, I am just going to see about that, because I don't remember putting my signature on any kind of divorce papers.
I tried to warn you. I told you time and time again not to miss that wedding, didn't I? But thanks to you, I was the one left in charge of things. And let's just say the wedding was not what I had pictured when I gave you my specifications. But I guess it worked for what it was.
I don't get it, Carmen. Do you really not care at all what happens to your grandchild that I'm carrying right now?
Of course I'm not worried. What could possibly happen? You watch way too many soap operas, but until you learn to behave yourself, you are banned from this house. Now pack up your bags and never ever come back here again. If you'll excuse me, I have some dinner plans to attend, but I want you out of the house before I get back.
Hey Tiffany, how's it going? I'm just about to head back home. So let me know if you want me to pick up anything on my way back.
Thanks so much for asking after me, Owen. But aren't you going to that dinner with your wife?
What? That thing? Nah, I wasn't gonna go to that. Besides, an after party for a wedding really isn't for parents to be going to.
Oh, really? But Carmen told me that she was going to be going. That's why I thought you were too.
Yeah, well, I guess she had something upsetting her about the wedding today. She said she was going to go and try and brighten her mood. But we'll see how that goes when she's surrounded by women half her age.
Oh, I see. Well, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry I missed the wedding today.
That's okay. You have nothing to apologize for.
I just think that I'm the reason why Carmen is so upset, because I didn't go to the wedding.
I don't understand. Did my wife say something to you that made you think that?
Yeah, she told me that I was an awful person for missing the wedding, and that she wanted me to move out.
She really said that to you? I am so sorry about that, Tiffany.
No, you don't have anything to apologize for either. It's not like any of this was your fault either.
I know. But what was she thinking acting like that? I mean, can't she see that you're pregnant? You've got more important things to worry about. But did she do something else? Are you okay?
Well, actually, she told me that she submitted the divorce papers for Tom and I.
You've got to be kidding me. Why in the world would she do that?
I was going to try and go to the courthouse to fix this mistake, but your wife said it was already too late.
I had no idea this was going on, but I'll try talking to Carmen to get to the bottom of this.
You really have some nerve, do you know that? I know that you went and cried to my husband last night. It's all your fault that he's mad at me now. You really should know better than to mess with your mother-in-law. You think I'm just going to lie here and let you get away with this? I'll teach you a harsh lesson about what you've done.
I don't get it. What did I even do? You're the one throwing me out of the house while I'm so pregnant. Do you really not see at all how you're being bad here too?
I don't really care at all what you think about this situation. The point is that I'm your mother-in-law and you have a duty to do as I say.
Oh, come on. You can't really believe that, right? You're just saying that so you can make me do the work you don't want to. But try and think about the baby that I'm carrying. You're literally kicking me out of the house. You went and filed for me to divorce your son. You're completely out of control right now. You realize this is my first kid, right? I already had enough to worry about without you acting like this. So can you please just leave me alone already?
You really are such a crybaby. Why in the world do you think you got to live in the house? It's because you belong to me, just like the house. You are nothing but an object to me, and if you won't do as I say, then I don't need you.
So you really just don't care at all what happens to me then, is that it?
I care about you doing what I want when I want. Do that for me and I might even start to like you. But if you're just going to talk back and disobey me, then this is the kind of treatment you can expect from me.
Okay, fine then. Be that way. If you really want to play this way, then that's just fine.
Oh no, I'm so scared. Whatever will a nobody like you do to me?
You have no idea how scared you really should be, but I hope you're ready for what I have in store for you.
Oh, of course. I'm just shivering right now thinking about whatever terrible thing it is you have in mind. So why don't you go ahead and give me your best shot, huh? Hey, Owen, are you there? I can't seem to get into the house. What's going on? Why isn't my key working? Did you change the locks or something? Wait a second. This is probably all that damn Tiffany's fault, isn't it?
No, Carmen. Tiffany has nothing to do with this at all.
What do you mean? Then what's going on?
I'm afraid that all of this was by my own doing. I had the locks changed while you were away. You're not going to be able to get into any of those doors with the keys that you have on you now.
I don't understand though. Why would you do something like this to me? How am I supposed to get inside now? And don't think I don't know this isn't all about that little Miss Uppity who I ran out of the house. Are you really going to choose her over your own wife?
Yes. Tiffany told me all about how you wanted to kick her out of our house.
And so what? Who cares what I want to do to her?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that Tiffany isn't going to be the only one moving out. We're moving out too.
I don't get what you're trying to say. This is our home. Why would you leave? Why would you all take Tiffany's side like this?
Look, Carmen, I know the house is yours. I'm not going to fight you on that.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm asking you questions that you're not answering.
And I'm telling you what you need to know. You can have the house. You were the one that wanted a place this huge anyways. A beautiful exterior, a huge backyard that hardly ever gets used, peeling paint on the long empty halls. You insisted on such an expensive house, and have done nothing to take care of it at all.
But wait, if you all leave, then that means I'll be left to pay for the rest of the mortgage.
You're not letting me finish here. The house is already paid off, and the one who did it is Tiffany's father.
You can't be serious about that, right?
No. When she moved in here, he offered to pay off the house since she'd be living with us. He spoke to me about it, and so I transferred the mortgage to his name so that he could pay it off. So while the house may be yours in spirit, legally speaking, it belongs to Tiffany's family.
But why wasn't I informed about any of this at all? How could you just choose to do something that huge and important without telling me first?
I tried to bring it up and mention it to you, but you weren't listening to me at all. But anyways, Tiffany knows all of this, and she knows that you don't have a right to throw her out. So when I meant that we were moving out, I meant you and I.
That can't be right. She wasn't even there for our daughter's wedding, and you're going to give her the house? We should sue her. She can't kick us out of here.
Carmen, the house isn't ours. We don't have a claim to it. If we were sued, the case would be thrown out right away.
No, that can't be right. You don't really mean that.
You know, Tiffany didn't have to let us keep living there after her dad paid the house off. She was doing it out of the kindness of her heart.
And now she's using that kindness to try and throw us out of our own home?
Carmen, do you really think you have any right to be this mad right now? I mean, do you really not know why she's acting like this?
Are you really asking me if I have any idea why she's stabbing her family in the back like this? No, I guess I don't.
Well then, I just don't know what to say. But you should know that Tiffany has been nice enough to get us a hotel room for a few days. Maybe you should go and apologize to her, because things aren't going to look great for you if you don't.
You have got to be kidding me. You can't really expect me to apologize to a woman like that. Owen, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm getting rather sick of living in this hotel and would love to come back home if that's okay with you. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind talking to Tiffany and asking if we can't go back to living in our home.
I already told you, Carmen. If you want to fix this, you're the one that's going to have to go and talk to Tiffany. And then, it's up to Tiffany whether or not she wants to forgive you for what she's done.
Oh, come on. She's still young. She has her life ahead of her, and she's going to hang on to a grudge like this? Don't you see that you've been tricked by her? That's why you're taking her side. You don't realize what you're doing.
Okay. Now you just are being ridiculous, Carmen. I'm not being tricked, and I'm well aware of what I'm doing. None of this is Tiffany's fault at all. Do you understand?
Of course it's all her fault. If it's not her fault, then whose else's fault could it possibly be?
You mean to tell me that you still don't get it? How have you gone this far without blaming yourself for any of this? You're always just trying to say that you're right when you're the problem. You're doing it now. You did it at the wedding. You do it all the time. You're always ignoring whatever Tiffany says to you and trying to give her more orders instead. And now, you've dried up her patience, when she was the one doing kind things for us, and here we are. You're the reason we've lost the house. But why do you care, when it was a house we could barely afford and that you didn't take care of? Instead, you insisted that we buy it, have us up to our necks in debt, and still lost the house in the end.
Man, you're such a crybaby. Do you know that? I didn't realize I married a toddler.
So you're really just gonna blow everything I just said off? You're the problem here. You aren't living in the real world. You're only interested in yourself, and you don't care about who you hurt to get what you want. I mean, you were literally trying to make your daughter-in-law work when she could be having your grandchild any day now. You do realize she's pregnant with our grandchild, don't you? Why would you try and put her under so much stress and work her like that?
What is this? What do you know about being pregnant? I was working just as hard as I ever was that day I had our first child.
You really are just delusional. I don't even know what else I can say to you but this. It wasn't Tiffany who should have gotten the divorce. It was us. That much is obvious to me now.
You don't really mean that, do you, Owen?
I'm afraid I do. No matter what I try, you just refuse to listen to anyone but yourself. And I don't want to be attached to you and responsible for you when you go out acting like this. I can't be married to a criminal.
A criminal? Did you really just call me that? And what crime could I have possibly done?
You mean you still haven't figured it out? You do realize that forging signatures on divorce paperwork is illegal, don't you? You committed fraud when you signed those papers for Tiffany and our son. And you committed fraud when you had those papers processed in their names too. I heard that Tiffany's already gone to the police about it too.
There you go. She isn't really part of this family if this is the way that she chooses to act toward her family. Can't you see that she's just heartless?
The only heartless one I can see here is you. But that's exactly why I want the divorce. So that I don't have to be family with you anymore. I'll talk to you when I've gotten all the paperwork ready. Then you can finally sign divorce papers with your own name. What do you think about that?
Please don't do this too. You're not thinking straight, Owen. You're not really going to leave me over this, are you? Owen, answer your messages right now. I'm trying to talk to you. This is all your fault. If you had just been at the wedding like I asked you to be, then none of this would have happened. But now my husband is leaving me and it's all your fault.
I really have no idea what you think you're doing messaging me right now. I've already said all that I have to say to you. What do you think we're going to accomplish doing this?
You think the whole world needed to bend over backwards for you just because you're pregnant? I was just asking for a little help. Just a hand in dealing with the wedding, and apparently even that was too big of an ask for you.
You weren't asking for a little help. You were trying to make me plan a whole wedding all by myself. Do you have any idea how my mother died? She was pregnant with my little sister. She died and the doctors were barely able to save my little sister. She was born weeks premature. I was so scared with all the stress and work you were putting me under that the same thing might happen to me. And no matter how many times I told you I couldn't do it or needed help, you refused to listen to me. Instead, you insisted that everything be done your way with no regard for the well-being or of myself or my baby. I don't even know if now you're aware of the damage that you could have done with your recklessness, but I never, ever want to live with you ever again.
Well, you should have talked to me about this. I had no idea this was all going through your head, but instead you just had to announce that you weren't going to the wedding with no further explanation.
I did explain all of this to you, Carmen. I explained it to you over and over again, and you just didn't listen. If not, this just proves that my words went in one ear and straight out the other for you. You never cared about anything or anyone other than yourself.
You don't honestly think that, do you? You have to know that of course I would have taken your side if you had just explained things to me. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to break you and my son up despite knowing how much money you got from your late father?
Oh, I know that. Just who do you think paid for your own daughter's wedding? It certainly wasn't you. Owen came to me and told me that you two couldn't afford even the most humble of weddings because of the debt that you had gotten yourselves into. He came to me, hat in hand, and asked if I wouldn't mind helping to fund the wedding.
But you can't be serious. I didn't have any idea about this.
Well, now you do. Your daughter's wedding, your own house, it's all thanks to me and my family that you had either. But then you just had to go off and act the way that you did. And now that everything is falling apart around you, you're just looking for someone to blame. If you want your house back, you can have it. But you'll have to pay me back for what my dad paid.
I don't have that kind of money. Do you really expect a lady at my age to go back to work?
I don't expect you to do anything. After all, you couldn't even really afford to live in this house anyway.
Well, look, if it's money you want, then you should go to my husband for the house and my daughter for the wedding.
You just don't get it. But you'll get what's coming to you soon enough. After that, Owen contacted Carmen about their divorce. He had gotten the divorce papers, signed his half of them, and told her that she had only to sign her half and it could all be finally over. Of course, at the same time that was going on, I was also suing Carmen for her falsified divorce papers. The lawyer that Carmen had hired to try and handle all of these sudden cases advised her to fold on every single one. He told her she didn't have a legal leg to stand on and that it would be cheaper and easier for her to accept the divorce and losses. Carmen pled guilty to forging the signatures and was slapped with a heavy fine to pay me. Carmen was pushed deeper and deeper into a debt that there was no way she was ever going to be able to dig herself out of. I hear that now she lives in a tiny apartment all by herself, working multiple part-time jobs just to make ends meet. As for me, after my lawsuit with Carmen, my marriage status was restored, and about a week after that, I finally gave birth to my child. Once I had dealt with Carmen, it was like a weight had suddenly been lifted off my shoulders. The final week of my pregnancy was a breeze without all the stress that I had been dealing with before. Even the birthing process went so much smoother than I thought it would. It was like I was able to enter a totally peaceful mind state in the euphoria of being freed from Carmen. I still keep in contact with Owen, and he was so happy to finally meet his new grandson. We avoid the topic of Carmen usually, but there is always something else to talk about. In the end, I am just glad that I have a true family around me. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.